Okay, now you should be able to hear me. Cool. Sorry, guys. Let's begin. All right, welcome. Let's begin in child's pose. Big toes together, the knees are apart. Gonna walk the hands forward, away from you. On an exhale, soften down. Bring your awareness to the present moment, to the breath. Arrive. Let go of everything that you did before. Try not to make plans or to think about plans for later. Just be here now in each breath, in each sensation. Press up to a tabletop. Let's bring the knees about hip width, hands shoulder width. Tuck the toes. Let's draw some circles with the torso. Moving to the right, forward, back, and around. Feel the weight distribution within each hand, between the hands. Let's go both directions. Pressing down some just to help you to find some strength, feeling what you're feeling. Neutral spine somewhere in the middle. 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back, look straight ahead. Long exhale, press everything away. Again, inhale, open up, find more space. Longer exhale. Round, press the feet down. Inhale. Long exhale. Neutral spine. Tuck the toes, hover the knees. Downward facing dog. Feet hip width, hands shoulder width. Pedal it out if you like to do that. Roll out one wrist at a time. Just carefully pick up one hand. It's a good way to kind of check where the balance is if you're too much to one side. Shoulders away from the ears. Take a moment for some stillness. Look to the top of the mat and walk up there. Bend the knees. Find some organic movement that's bending one knee at a time, lifting one heel at a time. Warming up however you want to. Still bringing yourself back to the present moment. Toes and heels together. Let's round up to standing. And create good posture. Create good posture. Stand evenly between both feet. Roll the shoulders back and down. Bring the palms to touch. Connect to the breath. Recommit to your being here right now. Inhale, sweep the arms wide overhead. Look up, lift up. Bend the knees and forward fold. Soften the knees and round up to standing. Inhale, arms overhead. Again, Breathe in extra at the top and reach up. Look at your hands. Exhale, bend the knees, forward, fold. Keep the knees soft, taking our time to get into the hamstrings. Round up to standing. Inhale, reach both arms overhead, hold onto the left wrist, pull up, and reach up and over to the right, bumping your hips a little bit to the left. Try not to lean forward. One more reach. And stand up, hold the right wrist with the left hand. Not going too far over to one side, just opening up the torso, the shoulders. Back to center. Inhale, look up, reach up. Long exhale, forward, fold over both legs. Place your hands on the mat and step the right foot back to a lunge. Tall on the toes of the back foot. We're not pressing through the heel. Left knee over the left ankle. A little bit of a step into the left foot will help to align the hips. Hands down, left foot back, plank pose. Hold here, Monday plank, hello. Smooth out the breath, squeeze the legs, pull in the core, puff up a little bit through the shoulder blades. Lower all the way down to the mat. Rest your forehead on the left hand. Bring the right foot in for a quad stretch. Press your hips forward and down. Smooth out the breath. Switch sides. And release. Cobra, tops of the feet are down. Roll the shoulders back, elbows are in close. Flex the toes against the mat. That'll engage the legs. And roll the shoulders back, lift up halfway. And lower. Tuck the toes, press up, tabletop. Downward facing dog. Press up, press back. You can pedal this out again or find a little bit of stillness. Pressing into the hands, pressing the heels down. Step the right foot between the hands for a lunge. If you need to, lower the left knee, tuck the toes. Lower the left knee and scoop the heel forward. I don't know where my head went. Step to the top of your mat, forward fold, long exhale. Round up to standing. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, index finger out. Look up, press a button on the ceiling for 3 breaths. Reach up. Lift out, forward fold. Step the left foot back to a lunge. Lower the left knee, draw the shoulders back, keep the toes tucked. Breathe. Long exhale. Press both legs straight as much as you can. pressing through the back heel. Lunge, leave the back knee lifted, bend into the right knee. Lunge twist, left hand down, right arm opens. Fingers spread wide, look at the top thumbnail. Right hand down. Step to the top of the mat, forward fold over both legs. Scan right to left. Round up to standing, palms together. Inhale, arms overhead. Our first back bend, reach up, lift up. Look at the ceiling. Breathe. Release. Soften the knees and fold forward over both legs. Hands down, right foot back, lunge. Lower the right knee. Leave the toes tucked, shoulders draw back. Long exhale, stretching out both legs, press it back, pyramid pose. Lunge, leave the back knee lifted, bend into the left. Right hand down, left arm opens, lunge twist. Left hand back down, step up to the top of the mat, long exhale over both legs. Round up to standing. Inhale, arms overhead, back bend or any arms up variation. Lift out and fold forward over both legs. Utkatasana, bend the knees, sit back. Look between your hands, shoulders roll back and down. Stand up, palms touch. Inhale, reach the arms wide overhead. 3 breaths, arms up. Lift out, fold forward over both legs. Bend the knees, sit down, and bring the soles of the feet to touch. Hold on to the outsides of your feet, roll the shoulders back and down. Exhale, fold over both legs. Smooth out the breath. Sit up, cross your feet at the ankles. Make your way to a tabletop. Tuck the toes, we're back to downward facing dog. Step the right foot between your hands for crescent lunge. So set up a normal lunge like we've done every other time. Hands to hips, lift up. You want your shoulders over the hips. You're launching off of the back foot, shoulders relaxed, arms overhead. Bring the biceps by the ears. Someday the back leg will straighten. It might not be today. Inhale, look up, lift up. Exhale, Forward fold over the right leg. We are in a lunge. Inhale, lower the left knee. Draw the shoulders back. Long exhale, try to press both legs straight. Pyramid pose. Lunge, keep the back knee lifted. Lunge twist, left hand down, right arm up. Right hand down. Right foot back to plank. Hi, Caesar. Holding here for a moment. Downward facing dog. Scan the body, right side, left side. Just feel what's different, where it feels different. Crescent lunge, left side. Step the left foot up between the hands. Establish your foundation. Press and lift up. You don't have to bring your hands to the hips, but it will help you when you're starting out. And just a reminder to help keep the shoulders where you want them. And then the arms lift overhead. Try not to arch the chest forward. Press through the feet without standing any taller. Inhale, look up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. We are in a lunge. Lower the right knee, shoulders draw back. Feel the right hip flexors. Long exhale, trying to straighten both legs. Lunge, keep the back knee lifted. Lunge twist, right hand down. Left arm opens. Left hand down. We're back to plank pose. A little bit of strength, a little bit at a time. Downward facing dog. Look between the hands, walk or hop forward. Forward fold. Padahastasana from the front. Separate your feet about 2 fist width distance. We're going to slide our palms underneath our feet, toes to wrist creases. Bend your knees so you can really fold over and start to press up underneath the feet. Lift the shoulders away from the ears. And think about lifting your tailbone up toward the top of your mat. Pull with the hands. Release. Place your hands on the mat in front of you. Separate your feet about mat width. Squatting down, heels in, toes out. You want your feet to be flat. Might not happen today. Bring the palms to touch. Use your elbows to keep pressing the knees apart. Relax your temples, your breath. Forward fold. Bring the feet back together. And relax over the legs. Place your hands about a foot in front of you. Lift your heels, bend the knees. We're squatting down. Press the legs straight. They might not straighten all the way. That's okay. Let's do that again. Lengthen out a little bit with the back and then carefully sit down. This is stretching the feet. It's also a little bit of balance. And press the legs straight. Long exhale, forward fold. Round up to standing. Bring your palms to touch and turn to face the long edge of your mat. Separate your feet and fold forward over your legs. Your feet are both facing forward. Try to keep the weight in the front part of your feet underneath the ball mounds. Halfway lift, inhale. Keep the right hand down as you twist open to the left. Try to keep the hips level, pressed down, especially through the outsides of the feet. Keep the whole arm in view. Left hand down, right arm opens. Right hand down. Bring your hands to your hips and stand up. Heels in, toes out. Bend both knees, hands on top of the legs to assist in the hips opening. Drop the right shoulder forward as you pull the left shoulder blade back. Press the right knee away. Lift out a little bit and then sit back down. Go to the other side. And come back to center. Stand up. Step to the top of the mat. Minimize extra movement. Draw in the core, lengthen the tailbone down. Inhale, arms overhead. Arms up for 3 breaths. Lift out, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. From this look up position, hands down, plank pose. Downward facing dog. Balancing on the left foot, lift the right leg back up. Keep the hips square to the mat, foot flexed. Squeeze the right glute and think about the triceps opening up, so you're pressing the hands to get the chest closer to the legs. Reach a little bit higher. Downward dog. Lift onto the toes, tuck the chin, ripple through. Upward facing dog. Open the chin at the end or the neck. Exhale, arch the back, keep the chin out. Downward facing dog. Tuck the chin at the end and then let the head relax. Balance on the right foot, lift the left. Hips are square. Squeeze the left glute to lift the leg. Press into the hands to open the triceps. Downward facing dog. Lift onto the toes, tuck the chin, ripple through. Upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Lower your knees to the mat, untuck the toes, 1 cat-cow. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Neutral spine. Sit back toward a child's pose, but we're going to lift up onto the elbows. Walk your elbows a little bit away from you if you need more. If you need a lot more, you'll put a block underneath. Bring each hand to its shoulder as you bring the forehead down to the mat. You'll feel this in the triceps. Breathe. Extend your arms back out in front of you. Tabletop. Extend the right leg back and up. Strong lifted leg. Press into the left foot. Toes untucked. Reach the left arm forward. Reach even more. Tabletop. Left leg extends back. Find your balance, strong leg. Right arm forward. Press into the right top of the right foot. Might help to do that before you lift the right hand. Reach even more. Tabletop. Inhale. I'm sorry, one round of cat-cow. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Neutral spine. Puppy pose. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. Leave your hips over the knees. Don't bring them with you. And bring your forehead down. This is under the shoulders, through the sides of the upper back. Try to have the weight even between both hands and even within each hand. Sphinx. Shift your weight forward onto your stomach. Prop up under your forearms. Elbows are about forearm distance apart. Let's roll the shoulders back. Press underneath the wrists, the hands. Tops of the feet are down, about hip width distance, maybe a little less. Pull the chest through. Press the hands, the wrists, the elbows down. You're arching the chest forward. Release. Extend your left arm out. Shoulder height, palm down. We're going to roll onto the left hip, opening up the right shoulder and chest. Balance however you can. Switch sides. Carefully roll onto the right hip, extend the right arm out. You might feel this adjust the back a little bit. You can also use the opposite hand, like the left hand, as a pillow. Back to center. Locust. Tops of the feet are down. Feet about hip width or a little less. Reach out side to side and try to mimic that same stretch we just felt across the chest. As you exhale almost all the air out. Inhale, lift arms and legs off of the mat. Opening up through the chest, fingers are together. Hands flip up just a little at the ends. Release. Press up to a tabletop and down to back to downward facing dog. Press up, press back. Feel more space in the shoulders. So extra pressing into the heels. Balance on the left foot. Lift the right leg back up. Squeeze the right glute. Let the hips open or stack this time. Try to level the shoulders by pressing a little extra into the right hand. Let the triceps open up. Point the top foot. Lizard lunge right side. Step the right foot all the way to the top of the mat. Both hands are inside of the foot. You can stay lifted on fingertips. If you're ready for a little bit more, you'll lower down onto props or your forearms. Make sure the right knee stays over the ankle. And keep your thoughts present and kind. Keep your thoughts on the present moment. Smooth out the breath a little bit longer. And then carefully start to make your way back to a lunge. So toe heel the right foot to in between the hands, tuck the left toes, and lift the knee. Inhale, lower the left knee, draw the shoulders back, maybe lift up onto fingertips. Long exhale, pyramid pose, try to straighten both legs, option to lift the sole of the front foot so you're on the front heel. Lunge, keep the back knee lifted, shift your weight forward, lunge twist, left hand down, right arm opens. Bring the right hand back down to the mat. Set up a strong foundation. Crescent lunge, press up. Stay low. Do a little bit more, place a little bit more effort on straightening the back leg, arms overhead. Stay low. Hands to the mat, framing the right foot. Right foot back, plank pose. Scan the body right to left and just feel what you feel. Downward facing dog. Upward facing dog. Really try to articulate through the spine. Exhale, press back. Balance on the right foot. Lift the left leg back and up. Let the hips open, squeeze the left glute. Open up through the triceps. Point the top toe. Toes. Lizard lunge left side. Left foot to the top of the mat. Left knee over the ankle. Take your time, softening down. Stay in the present moment. Stay in each sensation. No judgment of any sensation. That means whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. It's just a feeling. Press into the hands. Toe heel the left foot to in between the hands. Lift the back knee. Find a lunge. Pull in the core as the hips really start to open. Inhale, lower the right knee, shoulders back. Long exhale, try to straighten both legs, maybe flexing the front foot this time. Lunge. Lunge twist, right hand down, left arm opens. Left hand back down, setting up your strong foundation. Lift up, stay low, arms reach overhead. Launching off of the back foot, biceps by the ears. Can you sit a little bit lower? Hands to the mat, we're in a lunge. Left foot back to plank. Downward facing dog. Upward facing dog. Downward dog. Lower your knees to the mat and then bring your elbows down to the mat, forearm distance apart. Tuck the toes, press under the wrists and the hands. The elbows kind of already have the weight there, right? So add on with the rest of the hands and press up into dolphin. Opening up through the triceps. Press down through the hands. Inhale, lift onto your toes. Feel yourself shift forward, slightly press under the hands. And press the heels down. One more time. Lift up onto your toes, shifting the weight forward, press under the wrists, the hands. And back to dolphin. Knees to the mat. Tabletop. One cat-cow. Inhale, arch. Exhale to round. Neutral. Puppy pose again. Walk your hands forward. You might be able to bring your chin down to the mat this time, or the forehead. Sphinx pose. Shift forward. Set up your arms distance-wise. Press down, pull the chest through. Release. Press up, strong tabletop, and back to downward facing dog. Balance on the left foot, lift the right leg back up just for the reach. Pigeon right side, right knee behind the right wrist. Try to square your hips to the top of the mat. And set up whatever variation you're going to use today or modification. Soften forward over the front leg. Monitor your thoughts, keep them present. A few more breaths where you are, or practice sitting up. Optional quad stretch. Just try not to rotate back toward the leg. Back to downward facing dog. Balance on the right foot, lift the left. Try to keep moving or reaching until you get to the very end. Reach a little bit more. And pigeon on the left side. Take your time, appreciate the knowledge you have. You know you don't force anything on the body. The hips take time. You'll be here for a little bit, so stay present, be here now. One side will likely be a little bit different. Smooth out tension as it reveals itself. You're here for a few more breaths. Finish however you did on the first side, either sitting up or a quad stretch. And back to downward facing dog. Any movement you'd like to help you reset is fine. Lower your knees to the mat. Sit to one side, bring your feet out around in front of you for reverse tabletop. Feet hip width, hands are behind you. Press and lift. Lift a little higher. Sit down, scoot the hips back so you can extend your legs out in front of you. Lift up, sit up tall and fold forward over your legs. Sit up. Let's do a seated twist. Left leg can stay extended or you bend it underneath you. You want the right Achilles right by the left kneecap. Both sit bones are down. Right hand behind you is a kickstand. Lift up, bring the left arm in front of the leg and twist. Release, counter twist. And sit up. Let's continue to cross the legs, stacking the knees so the bottom leg can still be straight. You'll be able to do this. And just give yourself a moment to let the hips catch up. And then we're going to bring the forehead to the knee, round the spine. Press down and away with your hands if you need to or can. Breathe. Sit up. Extend your legs out in front of you. Sit up tall. Forward fold just for the exhale. And sit up. Oops, that got to be a long exhale. Let's bend the right knee, cross the left over, and you want the Achilles to be right there by the knee. Left hand behind you, lift the right arm up, bring it over in front of, over in front of the left leg. Press into the left hand and twist. Think about sitting up tall and bringing the shoulder blade back, not just the neck or the head. Release, counter twist. Sit back up, stack the knees. Give yourself a moment. One side will feel a little off, a little less centered. That's okay. Let's round, pull in the stomach, rounding the spine, kind of backwards actually, so that you can bring the forehead to the knee. Sit up. Let's do a reverse tabletop. Place your hands on the mat, the feet behind you. Open up. And sit down, turn to face the long edge of your mat. Left foot in, right leg out. Left arm reaches up and over, side body reach. You'll feel this in the hamstrings as well. We're not leaning forward. Side body stretch. Sit up. Lean on the left hand, the left knee, the right foot, baby wild thing. Open up the front body. The hips are open. Lean back. Sit back down. Switch out the legs, right foot in, left foot out. Right arm up and over. Make sure you're still getting the side body reach. Still smoothly breathing. Sit up. Lean on the right hand. Right knee, left foot, baby wild thing. Sit down. Bring the left foot in. Sit up tall. Sit anyway with your legs as long as the spine is straight. Let's close the eyes for a moment. Thank yourself for practicing, for taking care of yourself. I am so lucky to have you here. I'm so grateful for your presence. Let's close with a breath. Inhale, reach the arms wide and up overhead. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Long exhale, lower your hands down. Namaste. Namaste. All right, good class. Good Monday.